What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Locked On Badgers. Really stoked for this one. We got a big-time 2024 verbal commitment to the Wisconsin program joining us on the show today. We're going to talk about why Wisconsin, and we're going to chop up his game a little bit, break it down for you. On Wisconsin, let's go.
You are Locked On Badgers, your daily podcast on the Wisconsin Badgers. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Locked On Badgers. I'm your host, Ryan Herrings. As always, really do appreciate every single person tuning into this, making it one of your first listens every day as we talk about the Badgers. We got a big-time guest today. We're not going to delay anymore. Grant Stec joins the show, 6'6", 220-pound tight end out of Illinois, four-star player in the 2024 class, committed to Wisconsin. Grant, thank you so much for the time and for jumping on.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited. Let's get this thing rolling.
It's great. People are really excited about your commitment, Grant. I want to start here because we got a bunch of questions about this. I opened it up to listener questions. 2 or 3 people just asked, why Wisconsin? You're a guy that had a lot of options, a lot of big-time offers. I think if you would have pulled out your recruitment for a while, more offers would have came. So why Wisconsin?
So I stopped trying, I guess, to get offers. I think it was about March was my last offer. I got Florida, the Gators. And then from there on, I kind of already had everything that I needed. So I kind of just laid low a little bit, stopped trying to rack up as many offers as possible because in reality, I could only make it to one school. That's it. And so Wisconsin was probably like one of the first schools that I actually visited. And it's the perfect distance away. It's only 2 hours away. And just the anticipation of getting there, and when you first see the campus, it's beautiful. No matter if it's sunshine, rain, snow, whatever, it's beautiful there. And so I guess growing up in Illinois, I would go to Chicago a lot. So the city-like feel of Madison, had a huge impact on me. Right when you get there, you see the culture, at first, before the coaching changes even happened, I was still considering Wisconsin as one of my top schools. But then once that new coaching staff came in, it sealed the deal for me. It just their drive and motivation for what they want to do, how they want to change this program really got me excited, and I want to be a part of it.
I want to go there because you have a really interesting recruiting journey, in my opinion.
Yes.
You were in contact with the previous staff, the Paul Chryst staff, who did a lot of great things at Wisconsin. Luke Fickell comes in, and then after that, the tight end coach that Luke Fickell brought in also leaves. Gino Gudu leaves. Nate Letton takes over. What is I want to start here. You talked about some of the energy of the Luke Fickell staff. Is that the biggest difference maybe from a recruiting standpoint from the Paul Chryst staff to the Luke Fickell staff?
Yeah, so how there's no disrespect or anything towards the previous staff. I loved all of them. They were so great to me, but I feel like that staff was focused more on a Big Ten championship. I feel like the Luke Fickell staff is focused on a national championship, and I love that mentality. Like obviously they want to do the Big Ten, win that championship, but they're looking ahead. They're looking to play against schools like Alabama, Georgia, all those schools. They want to contend with Michigan and Ohio State. Just that drive and motivation to change this program around, it gets me so excited. And I can't wait to be a part of it, man. I'm so excited. There's nothing better than it.
Now, the energy is coming off the screen from you, man. You can tell how excited you are for this, which is awesome. How does it feel, by the way, when someone says Grant Stec, Wisconsin Badgers commit?
Oh, I love it more than anything. It just makes me feel excited that this is the school that I chose. I would talk to my parents and stuff about whether a different, we would narrow everything down and go through all the list of schools and stuff. And I feel like if I were to choose another school other than Wisconsin, I would regret right away not coming to Wisconsin. So that kind of was another reason that made me feel like Wisconsin was the right place for me.
Well, I want to talk a little bit about the tight end coach changing out as well. Obviously, Gino Gudu left, Nate Letton. What has been the conversations like with your new tight ends coach?
So back when I was getting recruited heavily, Nate Letton was always coming into my school. When he was at Cincinnati, he was always coming in. He was always trying to keep in contact with me. And so when Coach Guidugli left, it was a bit of a shocker, and I really liked the guy. He was very down to earth, just an overall awesome guy. But he was a quarterback's coach. That's why he went to Notre Dame. I have nothing but respect for him to making that decision. That's what he wanted to do. He wanted to be a quarterback's coach. So I believe that he made the right decision and to take that job at Notre Dame. But Nate Letton, he was the tight end coach at Cincinnati. So like right away, I knew that I was going to be okay. I never had any thoughts about decommitting just because of Coach Guidugli leaving. So I trust Nate Letton with everything. He's a great coach, and I'm excited to see with how he builds up me and Rob and everything that we're going to do for their program. I'm excited about it.
I love to hear it. We got a couple listener questions, so I want to ping you on these. This is from Jonah Peplinski. What is the biggest non-football draw about being in Madison?
Definitely the culture. Like I see it everywhere. It's the number one college football town in America. It's got to be just the culture there is insane. I've been to, I think, 2 games so far, and just the streets are lined with people in red and white. And there's nothing like the jump around music at the end of the third quarter. It just gets me so excited every single time. And like same with the campus, the Capitol building, all the different buildings that are there. It's just beautiful. There's nothing else nothing like it. I've visited many campuses, and just nothing beats it. I love the city-like feel of it, and it just gets me so excited that I'm going to be playing that. Like, that's my school. I'm so excited about that.
That's a great answer, man. This one's from Drio Corleone. Just asking, like, what are you running in the 40 right now? What are you benching? Where are you at in the weight room?
So my 40 is probably at about a 4.9 right now. I'm definitely trying to get that down a little bit. But so we did our maxes for squat, bench, deadlift, power clean, all that stuff. Right now, I would say that my bench is my worst lift. I'm definitely trying to that's what I'm focusing on this off season, and building that up and getting a lot stronger with my upper body. My squat max is about 375. My deadlift is about probably between 425, 450. And then my power clean max was 265. So I'm trying to get stronger every single day, trying to get faster every single day.
But, well, and you've seen the clips from Brady Collins, the Wisconsin strength and conditioning director. You know, he's having had a couple chances to talk to him myself. I don't think there's many strength and conditioning programs that are going to be in a better spot than Wisconsin going forward.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
That's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, when I was talking with, I talked with him a little bit, and he was saying like he doesn't care how much you lift or whatever. Like, he doesn't care about the weight. He cares about how you develop. And that's what I really love. I love that about him, that that kind of relieves some stress off of me, that I have to lift all this insane heavy weight going into freshman year. But that kind of, like I said, that relieves some of my stress, that like I'm good where I'm at. Like, obviously I want to keep continuing getting stronger, but I'm really excited that he's the strength coach.
Hey, let me ask you this, because this question came up a couple spots too. Your communications with Rob Booker, Mettauer, the other 24 prospects, what is that like? Is that bond kind of forming between the three of you? And are you guys talking to any other potential 24 kids, looking at getting them to Madison?
Most definitely. So me, Mabrey, and Rob, like right as all of us committed, we made a group chat right away, and we all started talking to each other. Both of them, they're hilarious. They're funny guys. And just right away, we all felt that bond start to click. We, like, probably a few times a week, we'll play video games with each other. So, like, just like the little things like that. Like, Rob lives 2 hours away. Mabrey lives however far away. He's all the way in Houston. Yep. But we're always talking with each other. We love playing video games with each other, and that bond is definitely starting to form. But all three of us are definitely trying to recruit more guys to get on this train. to success. Like me, Mabrey, and Rob, we're all on Instagram, Twitter, DMing all these different players that have Wisconsin, let's say their top 10, top 8 or whatever. And there's only 3 of us right now, and we need a lot more on board. So we're trying to get everybody as possible to join us.
Yeah, Badger fans will be excited about that, man. Really quick question before we take a break. What video game are you guys playing, and who's the best?
So we bounce around between games. We'll play some Call of Duty, we'll play some Fortnite, but I'm obviously the best.
I love it. I love the competitiveness.
Yes.
All right, coming back up with Grant Stec. We're going to break down his film. Throw his film up. Let him talk through some of what we're seeing on film so we can get a little smarter with his game. That's coming up next on Locked On Badgers with Grant. But first, a very quick break for our friends of the show over at Built Bar. I've talked about Built Bar, one of your go-to nutritional supplements. And again, if you're trying to look maybe a little more like Grant Stec, we got to up our nutrition a little bit, get a little healthier, get a little bit better. And especially now with March Madness going on, you can go into the March Madness bracket. It still can do it. If you know of your favorite bar or puff, you know mine is churro. The churro puff is incredible. Go to the bracket, vote for your favorite bar or puff, and you're going to be entered. 50 lucky Locked On listeners will win a free box of Built. And then one Locked On listener will win free 12-month subscription to Built Bars, have them delivered in the mail. Incredible goodness right to your doorstep. You got to try Built, the #1 best protein bar ever. They are amazing, 100% real chocolate, 15 to 20 grams of protein, low sugars. They're incredible. They taste great. They're my go-to. Run to BuiltMarchMadness.com right now. Vote for your favorite bar or puff and pick up a box while you're there. You can vote every day in March, so hop on and support your pick. All right, let's get Grant back on because, again, that's why we're here today. Grant, we're going to throw some film up, but really quickly, we've done this with all the prospects. NCAA, EA Sports, you're a gamer. They're going to be making a new NCAA game. You're going to be in that game. I asked Rob Booker this question. I've asked everyone who's come on. By the way, that is incredible. I'd love that game. It's going to be so cool to have yourself in that. We're going to ask you some of your ratings, your NCAA ratings. What should they rate you in the game? You ready?
Okay.
Hands.
I would say 90.
Okay. Route running.
92.
Run blocking.
Run blocking, 98.
Oh, I love it.
Yes.
Let's go speed.
Speed, 85.
Okay. And then this one isn't really a rating, but how would you rate yourself as a leader?
Oh, so I would rate myself as of right now an 89, but it's slowly increasing. Coming off of that, the past senior class, those guys were great leaders. And I've always been kind of a laying low type of leader. Like, I haven't always been insanely vocal, but that's definitely what I'm trying to change. I'm trying to become the guy in the locker room that's getting everybody hyped up. And so that's something that I'm definitely working on. And I think I'm definitely getting better at it the more that the off season progresses.
No, I love it. All right, let's throw your film up, man. Let's chop up some of your game.
Perfect.
And again, I appreciate, as always, I've already said it, but man, thank you for jumping on the show and making us a little smarter. Okay, so you can see that?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So this is off your huddle. This is some of your junior film.
Yes.
This one you're an inline, and we're just gonna fly right down the seam. And I'm gonna stop it there and just let you break it down.
So basically, this game, at the time, the team that we were playing was ranked the number 10 team in Illinois. And we both of us were undefeated. This was like the game of the week. There was probably 5,000 people there. Our stands were packed. And this was late or early in the fourth quarter. The game had gone back and forth between touchdowns. And so I think at the time it was 35-28. We were losing. So the offense that we run a lot more of a run offense. So my hand is in the dirt always. I'm blocking for my running backs. I'm always downfield blocking. So we were running the whole game, and it was working, which is good. And then we came up, we couldn't seem to move the ball that much. And then coach calls a pass play, safety bites, and I'm wide open. I catch it, and I'm able to outrun the safety in corner for the touchdown. I'll never forget that play. The stadium went crazy, and we tied the game, and we actually ended up winning this game. So it was an amazing feeling, that first play.
One of the things that stuck out with me here is, even though you caught it with a little bit of space, the DBs couldn't basically cover that ground to catch back up to you. Do you think your deep speed is maybe a little overlooked? Maybe you're a little faster than people give you credit for?
I do believe so. In some of the film, it looks like I'm like, what my coach always says is that, like, it looks like I'm sometimes running in slow motion, but if you really think about it, I'm covering 10 yards in 3 steps. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I feel like, yeah, it is a little overlooked, but I'm definitely getting a lot faster.
All right, let's get to this next one. And again, I'll just kind of let it play and let you talk through it. And you haven't, by the way, for everyone listening, I didn't send these to Grant ahead of time, so I should have. That's my bad. So he doesn't know what sequence is coming up here.
Yes. So this was our second game of the season. Basically the same play that we just saw. We were running the ball. I think this was our first drive. We ran the ball all the way down the field, and then out of nowhere, coach calls a pass play. The safety kind of bites on our other receiver a little bit, leaving me wide open in the end zone, and he couldn't drop back in time to catch it. So easy touchdown right there.
This is interesting to me. So I see this on your film quite a bit. We talk a lot about your ability in line. Obviously, you're a really good blocker. You're physical at the point of attack. You also split out a decent amount, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Is that game specific? Did you do that a lot in certain games with a different opponent potentially, or was this in every game you mix this in?
I think in most games we would split me out. Not very often, but we would have a certain play that not this play in particular, but we would have a certain play where me and our other tight end, we would both split out on the same side. Both of us are over 6'5", so it's kind of hard for a 5'6" corner to be able to cover us. So we would run this play, and nobody would be able to cover it. And like 90% of the time, it would be a first down catch. But in this play particular, I run a fade route, and it was, I would say, very underthrown, but I was able to catch it basically off of my shoelace right before it hit the ground. In this game, this was our last game of the regular season. I think we were up a few touchdowns, so our coach was just trying to throw in some pass plays. And I wish it was a little bit more up in the air so I could have high pointed it, jumped up and grabbed it, but I still made a play out of it, and we got the first down.
That's a really nice adjustment to the ball, though.
Yes.
I think going back, you may want to bump up your hands rating just a tick, because there's several hands catches on this film where you're not letting it get to the body. You're having to make adjustments. You said high pointing it. I think that's a big strength of your game, is the ability to make those type of catches in space or with people all over you.
Exactly.
All right, let's get to the next one. We want to get some run blocks in here too.
Yes.
I think this is one, right?
No, this is a catch right over the corner. Perfect dime right into the hands.
Yeah, that's a nice throw.
Yeah, this was our first loss of the season. I think we were down like 2 touchdowns right here. I think it was 3rd and long. But perfect throw right over the corner's hands. I thought that he was going to tip it because I didn't stick my hands out right away, but then it right in the lap, and perfect throw.
Let's get to the next one. Here we go.
Now I love this play. I love this play.
You're out front right here, right?
Yes, that is me. Our running back makes a good truck right here and stays on his feet. And then I love doing that. So
let's come back to the beginning of that one.
Yeah. So lots of times when the play, I know that the play is going the complete opposite way. So lots of the times I'll just run and find the safety just in case he breaks it. Then it's just me on the safety and our running back is free. So I love this play so much. I think it was called back because of holding penalty back at the line of scrimmage, but I stuck with my block, and there was nowhere that corner or that safety could go. He was just running backwards, and he couldn't do anything about it. But I love that play right there.
Let me ask you two things with this play, because the first thing that really stuck out to me when I was watching it is and you mentioned it, the play went opposite to you, right?
Yes.
How many times, let's say you don't sprint down the field, right? How many times does the play go for 5 yards? I guess my point is, a lot of players aren't sprinting down the field on a play that goes away from them, because most of the time that play's probably not going 90 yards, 80 yards, 60 yards, and you're probably not getting that safety. But it seems like that's your mentality every play.
Exactly. If let's say I don't go and block that safety is probably taking away that touchdown right there. So that was kind of like I said, we're more of a run blocking team. I get the ball maybe a few times a game, but I like to make something out of it. Like that's what honestly, I like that play more than catching a touchdown, like helping my teammates score a touchdown, making a crazy block like that in a huge game. I love that. Even though our running back is getting all the glory for the touchdown, I know that I'm the one that made that happen.
That's awesome mentality, man. And
yes.
I don't know, I'm sure you've heard this quote somewhere, maybe you haven't. Kittle, like one of the great tight ends in the NFL, said, "There's nothing better than moving someone against their will to a spot they don't want to be."
Yep.
Great tight end quote. Let's get one more in here, and then we got a few more questions to ask you as well.
Perfect.
We always run out of time before questions with the good guests, man, which you definitely are.
So this was against Cary Grove. Basically that game, I think I remember it was freezing cold that game. We had actually at this game, the old tight end coach Herring was actually at this game. And he watched me play this game. He was standing on the sidelines watching me, and in this play, I basically told my other tight end, because I was able to read the safety. There was only one safety, or the safety's on the completely opposite side of the field. And then my teammate actually just knocks over the linebacker that was backing up, leaving it wide open for me. And I honestly thought that my teammate was going to try to catch it, but then he pulled away and it just dropped right into my hands in the end zone.
Let me ask you this, because this is another question I love asking, and then we're going to stop sharing film here for a second. So I want to get into the last segment. If you were a defensive coordinator guarding Grant Stec, how would you defend yourself? Like, what type of players give you trouble?
What type of players give me trouble? I would say if there is someone jamming me. So when I'm in line, I think what's hard for me sometimes is if someone is trying to jam me, let's say I get off it, then they have a linebacker there to cover me. And if I get past the linebacker, they also have a safety there to cover me. So that's kind of what I kind of struggled with, having to go through basically 3 stages of defending. And then during last spring, we would do 7-on-7s, and this team that we played against would use brackets on me. So basically one guy on the right of me, one guy on the left of me, basically pressing me. And I'll never forget that 7-on-7 play. I basically kind of just bulldozed right through them and caught the touchdown, just because none of them are my height or have my strength. So basically 2 of them equals 1 of me. So I'm able to get through it and make plays.
Oh, it's an awesome answer, man. All right, coming up, we're going to do a little lightning round with Grant, finish up the show. But first, we have to take a very quick break for our friends of the show over at FanDuel. FanDuel remains the #1 sports book in America. It's what we go to. It's what we use. And it's a great time to join, because now you get the no sweat first bet up to $1,000 back. That's bonus bets back if your first bet doesn't win. It's a great time with March Madness wrapping up, still, in that final exciting part of that, and the NBA playoffs are coming up. I've talked a bunch about the Phoenix Suns. They're my team. I bet with my heart. Do it responsibly, but you can get good odds on the Suns getting Kevin Durant. I still think they're coming out of the West. I think the Bucks are coming out of the East. So either of those to me makes a lot of sense if you want to get in on it. Plus, FanDuel lets you combine all your bets, rebounds, points, assists into one single game parlay, make it more exciting. Download their free, easy to use, and super secure app for free today and get your no sweat first bet up to $1,000 back in bonus bets when you go to FanDuel.com/lockedon. That's FanDuel.com/lockedon to learn more. Make every moment more with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. All right, let's finish up here with Grant. Grant, I definitely want to give people the opportunity. Where can they follow you so we can cheer along for the season? I know you got more high school football coming up.
Yeah, so my Instagram and Twitter handle is Stec, STEC_Grant. So that's where you guys can find me if you would like to follow me and like any of my pictures or videos, anything that I post.
I love it. And we'll link his social stuff if he wants in our show when we release it, so everyone can jump on and kind of cheer along for the senior season with Grant.
Yes.
You ready for a lightning round? Quick
Yes,
questions? All right,
of
let's
course.
do it. First one here. Worst game you've ever played?
Ooh, worst game that I ever played. Probably well, in high school, I would say probably this past season we played against a team in our district. It was a very rainy, crummy day, and I think I fumbled once. I dropped a pass, and I like after the game, I just felt just not good about how I played. So in my high school years, I would say that this past season, I probably had my worst game. However, the weather was not to my liking, but you can't do anything about it. So.
It's a great answer, man. And everyone's got a bad game or two. How do you respond to this? Isn't even a rapid fire question, but now I'm curious. You're a big time athlete. You have a lot of success. How do you respond when you don't have the game you want? Like, what is your mechanism there?
Well, I guess I use doubt as a motivation. So, like, when I have a bad game, obviously I'm upset about it, but then I got to realize that it's one game, it's not my last, and I just got to keep pushing forward and, um, I don't know how to explain it. Just keep on doing what I've been doing the entire season. Just I know that the past games that I've played, I've done really well. This is just one mess up.
Mhm.
So I like mistakes happen. I just gotta get back on like my own train towards success. And I just gotta keep on working, like find what mistakes I did, watch film, figure out what I did wrong, and then just keep moving forward and fixing those mistakes.
Trust the process. I love it.
Exactly.
Next question here. Is it easier as a tight end to commit to a program that has a lot of quarterback talent already either committed or in the program?
Yeah, I would say it's definitely easier. No, basically, knowing the players already. Like I said, I've been to Wisconsin multiple times before I committed. I've met some of the players. Knowing that Wisconsin has a large group of quarterbacks, I know that I'm going to fit in perfectly. And I really hope that those quarterbacks are going to love me as a receiver and going up and trusting me to catch the ball over any cornerback that tries to cover me.
Man, every quarterback loves a 6'6" tight end that can
Oh,
run it,
yeah.
man. Like,
Uh-huh.
they're gonna like you just fine.
You can't teach height.
You cannot teach height. Hidden talent, something non-sports related potentially.
Ooh, I love to draw. Like I feel like that's something that I've been really good at. Just I never took lessons, never did anything. I just felt like throughout elementary school, middle school, I was always a good drawer for some reason. I don't know what like I did, but I feel like that's kind of a small hidden talent of mine.
Love it. Big Ten team you're most excited to play.
Ooh. Um Definitely either Michigan or Ohio State. But then also not Big Ten, but my freshman and sophomore year, we play against Alabama,
Mhm.
and that gets me excited. We're
Yeah.
playing against the best of the best, and I can't wait. Hope depending on how well I develop, hopefully I could get in one of those games. So
Well, that leads into the next question. We got a couple more here to wrap it up. Freshman goals for your first year at Wisconsin.
I would say developing, learning the style. Like college football is a lot different than high school football. Like right now, when I'm blocking, I'm going up against maybe like 6 foot, 250 pound kids. In college, I'm going to be going up against 6'6", 290. So I'm definitely going to have to get a lot stronger and a lot quicker and understanding the playbook. Basically, whenever I'm given an opportunity, I need to make the most of it. And yeah, like I said, I gotta be prepared freshman year to be able to basically not mess up when I have the chance to get in either a practice or a game. Just I need to be prepared to do what I do and make the play.
when you're done with your career at Wisconsin, academically and athletically, what do you hope to have accomplished?
Definitely a few national championships, of course. I definitely want a degree. And then hopefully from there, I'm able to play in the NFL because that's my goal. That's what I want to do. That's what I've dreamed of doing ever since I was a little kid.
I love it. And last question here. It's more of a statement, really. Any message for Wisconsin fans?
Be ready.
I love it. I love it. He is Grant Stec. Really, really grateful, man, for the time. Really do appreciate it. I would love to jump on another show at some point, maybe after your next season. And
yes, of course.
But really appreciate it. On Wisconsin, and we'll talk later.
On Wisconsin. Let's go.